welcome to Secondhand Blasters. This is Normatico here, and it is very late. How late? Well, some would say that it's early. In fact, it is 3 in the morning right now here in beautiful Ohio, and yeah, I'm just up making content for all of you people out there in YouTube land. Anyways, so I was actually out at Wally World today, Walmart, the store that I hate to shop at, and I went there because I wanted to pick up a blaster that Zuru released, which is their foray, in my opinion, into the gimmicky blaster arena, and that is the X-Shot Lock Blaster. Yeah, Lock Blaster. I wish they would have come up with a better name for this one. Lock Blaster. Lock Blaster. Lock Blaster. It'll grow on me, I guess. It definitely does describe what it is. It is a blaster with a lock on it, so it's a lock blaster. It is a lever action blaster, which is kind of cool. I am a big fan of those. I did really enjoy the Slingfire and the Scavenger. Heck, even that Roblox Adopt Me Bees blaster was kind of fun with that lever action. And it has a rotating barrel, like the Roblox Adopt Me Bees, which I was kind of fond of, to be honest with you, in spite of the really bad ergonomics. So yeah, I'm curious to open up this one. Now, the really cool thing about this one is that it has a code. There's a QR code on the back of this box that you are supposed to scan, and that is going to give you the code to actually unlock the blaster so that you can fire it. That is a gimmick that, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it would be as cool as it should be because, and hear me out here, let's say you are a nerfer with a young child in your house, and you don't want to have to worry about that child accidentally picking up a blaster and hurting themselves with it. It can lock, so they can't fire it. And if that works the way that Zuru is saying that it's supposed to work, I'm all about that, actually. I mean, hey, 3-digit code, whatever. I really hope that they give you the option to actually change that code so you can personalize it, but we'll see. Now, I am actually gonna have to open up this box and take the blaster out. One of those things that anyone who actually has purchased Zuru blasters knows that they are not tied down. They are actually screwed into the box with a plastic screw set that you have to untwist, or you can just pull out, kind of like a drywall anchor type deal, to get the blaster out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that really quick. I'm gonna cut the recording now. And when I come back, we're going to have this blaster ready to go. So I am back, and my blaster is out of its box. Just wanted to go ahead and show you. These are the screws that I'm talking about. They're pretty hard. Make sure you throw these away, and if you do, when you do that, make sure to put them in a bag or something that they're not going to break through your bag, because even though this is plastic, it will rip through. And for the love of all that is holy, do not leave these on the floor where someone can step on them, because that's going to hurt. The way that this works, they actually go into these bigger holes in the actual blaster and they twist. So you just actually have to untwist it when you take the box out. There are about 5 of them inside the blaster itself. Now, what is in the box? Of course, you get the blaster and you get 16 of their darts. Now, one thing I will say about the Zuru darts is that they used to be really bad. The ones that have been releasing recently, they're not as bad as the old ones used to be. They are a step up. I do kind of like these. They're not as fast as Elites, but they seem to be a little bit more accurate. Not quite the same accuracy as the Waffle Dart, but it's a better attempt. Now, I went ahead and actually already loaded this blaster itself. The way the locking mechanism works is that you actually have to put your lock in, and that allows you to activate that little button, which then allows you to pop out this barrel so you can properly load the blaster. Of course, when it's locked, you cannot prime it. However, when it's unlocked, you can pull on that lever, and now you're ready to blast some foam. So the blaster itself, it does feel pretty comfortable, not going to lie. It's a little bit bulky, so you can't just do a one-handed thing here. But of course, with the lever action, you're going to want to have 2 hands. I don't know how I feel about this stock. I feel like they could have extended it a little bit, but, it's a short stock shotgun is what it is. It is pretty big. I'm wondering if the barrel is going to actually cause a lot of drag, so we're not going to get as much speed as we normally would out of this. but you know, it looks really cool. The actual lock and chain skinned design on it, it's really nice. It's a really cool aesthetic. I'm not gonna lie, I love the details here on the actual handle. It is very reminiscent of their X-Shot Pro long shot. I like this. This is really cool. Of course, you do have the QR code that you scan there, and that is what gives you your actual lock. When you scan that code, it's going to give you the code number for that blaster, and it's going to ask you if that code works. If it does not, it gives you several alternate codes. Now, seeing how this little codex works, I am actually reminded of another device that I have that uses something similar. And that was the cryptex from the Da Vinci Code, which you could actually open up and you could change the code itself by just moving the dials where the actual pin is. So I'm assuming that you could do the same thing with this to change your actual code. That's an assumption. Don't quote me on that yet. If anybody wants to verify whether or not that's possible, go ahead and leave a comment. I'm really curious to know. I might do this later on, and I'll comment on this video saying, hey, this is how you do it. Now, again, the blaster itself, it's a pretty decent size. It's about 18 inches, well, maybe a little bit more than that, almost 20 inches long. So, decent sized blaster. It does hold up to 8 rounds. You do get 16. And this is definitely a decent primary. If you actually had a holster or if you had a sling, you could want to strap this around. This could even be a secondary. It's just really big. But, I could definitely see people having fun with this. It does promote to shoot up to 80 feet. Let's see whether or not it actually gets that. Zuru is pretty good about keeping true to its word. Whatever it's on the box, the blaster is usually capable of. But I did a quick little spring test, a dry fire on this, and it doesn't sound like there's a lot of power behind it, but we'll see. Up next, the chronograph. Well, it is another wonderful day here in Ohio, and I am actually out in the parking lot range with the lock blaster. Yep, it is unlocked and ready to go. We're actually going to go ahead and fire 4 shots. We're going to do 2 angled shots, 2 straight shots, see how this goes. Right now, the winds are pretty much non-existent. I think we maybe have like half a mile an hour of a tailwind that we're going to have. So let's see how far this blaster can shoot. We're going to do a quick little dart recovery and we'll be back with the numbers. Alright, so here are my final thoughts regarding the lock blaster. You know what, Zuru, I have to give it to you. When you say a number on a box, you keep to your word. I said earlier that it was 80 feet. Obviously, that was at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what I was thinking, probably because I was so tired and I wasn't thinking. But the box actually said 98 feet, which is a very strange number. Normally, they try to round it up to either 90 feet
100 feet, 80 feet, nothing like 98. That's an oddly specific number. And you know what? It was pretty accurate. I measured 100 feet with this. So that's, mind you, with an angled shot. But that's how they measure all of these blasters. You know, they do the traditional 45-degree Hasbro angle. Oh, look, you can shoot up to this. So it does beat what the box says. I'm happy with that. The straight shot, we got a good 60 feet out of them. Actually, to be fair, it was more like 59 and 60 feet. That's pretty consistent with the actual Zuru darts, which historically were not that good. So they're doing something with their darts now that makes them better because they are accurate and they're getting some distance. Now, I will say, though, I am curious to actually load up some Elite darts or some of the Dart Zone darts in here and see how they perform. But other than that, I'm happy with this. This is $14.99 at Walmart. And not to give Walmart any free publicity or anything, but it is an exclusive for them. So if you can, I do highly recommend this. The pump action's really smooth. It's really fun. It does not suffer from the same problems that the Slingfire did, where this does not feel as cheap and if it's going to break easily. The internal gear mechanism, it is just the one gear that ratchets against the actual pull. I'm actually going to do a video where I open up the internals here and I'm going to see if I can get it to perform better and change out this lock code, make it more individual to myself. Yeah, when I do that, you know, subscribe and you'll see it. I am curious to see if this can handle a stronger spring with the actual gear mechanism because the Slingfire could not. If the stock gear of this can handle a stronger spring better than the Slingfire can, oh my gosh, Zuru, you have one-upped Hasbro again and pantsed them repeatedly. Because that was a major issue with the Slingfire was lack of performance and the fact that whenever you did try to put a stronger spring in there, you'd pretty much break the blaster unless you put a new gearbox in there. Yeah, this is definitely a buy as far as I'm concerned. You know, thank you for watching Secondhand Blasters. This is Normatico. Keep on blasting.